Treacherous Chapter 4 Unedited. I wake up the next day and it is 8 o'clock. OMG, I overslept, I exclaim before jumping out of bed and rushing for the bathroom. Penjani and I had a crazy night last night. After he gave me the car, I took him out for a drive. We actually ended up in Kafui and I took him to one of my favorite nightclubs there. I drank more than I should have. Penjani had to drive us back home. And speaking of Penjani, he is a very quiet and relaxed guy, so I try as much as possible to keep him alive with my wild, carefree approach to life. When I step out of the bathroom 5 minutes later, I spot a white note stuck to the mirror. Then I pluck it down and it reads, "Hey babe, had to rush out, Miracle had an attack. I will call you later." Miracle is Penjani's only sister and she suffers from asthma. She is a fashion designer and one of the most celebrated online bloggers that I know. She is an outspoken, bold-speaking person. Penjani loves his sister a lot. He is so supportive of her work and he is always cheering for her. And every time she is in need, he quickly drops everything he is doing to attend to her. I place the note back on the mirror and quickly pull on a pair of baggy trousers and a vest. Then I put on boots and a jacket. I don't bother with makeup. Instead, I brush through my weave and tie it back. Grabbing my bag and car keys, I rush out of the house to my car. I drive for work at high speed and upon arrival I head straight to my class. My boss will have a fit if she sees me arriving this time. "Good morning, Mata." The pupils stand up the minute I walk in, but I signal for them to sit down. Late again, the class help asks when I walk in. "Not today, Satan," I whisper, placing my bag on the table. She chuckles. "The madam wants to see you," she says. "Here comes trouble," I mumble. Then I walk out. I get to the principal's office and knock on her door. "Come in," she calls out. I push the door open and walk into the office. The principal is sitting at her desk and a familiar woman is sitting across from hers, they both holding coffee cups in their hands. "You called for me." She glances at the wall clock and looks at me. "Is this the time you are supposed to report for work?" "I am sorry, madam, I had an emergency this morning." "Oh, what happened this time around?" "My sister-in-law had an asthmatic attack and we had to rush her to the hospital." She shakes her head. "I don't know how many times I have warned you verbally. I think it's time I gave you a written warning. I am sure you know what that means." "I am sorry." "Anyway, we will talk about that later," she says. "Do you know who this woman is?" she asks, pointing at the other woman in the room. "Her face looks familiar," I respond. "I am Yetta, Noelle's mother," she says. "Oh," I smile, expecting her to smile back, but she doesn't. She says that you have been bullying Noelle for being colored. "What?" I feign surprise. "And my child doesn't lie. She has been telling me about your attitude towards her and the other pupils." I tried to ignore this issue, but it's getting out of hand. "Noelle hasn't even come to school today because of you, and my baby loves school." "What do you have against my child?" she asks. I choose not to respond because I know whatever I say could cost me my job. "She just asked you a question," my boss says. I don't even know what to say because I have nothing against Noelle. "So you are saying she lied?" I shrug. I wouldn't know. She laughs. "I have an attitude too and I can go ghetto in instant. Right now I am trying so hard to remain calm because I want to get your side of the story. I think there is a misunderstanding here." She laughs again. "I know your type very well, but I won't waste time exchanging words with you," she says before looking at my boss. "Mrs. CMA, thanks for everything, but I am sorry Noelle won't be coming back here again." She stands up. "It hasn't gotten to that yet. We can talk about this. Your worker is arrogant. This is not the type of person I want around my child," and with that she walks out. "You see what you have done?" my boss asks. "It's a misunderstanding," I say. "That woman is one of the best parents I have here. She pays on time and always supports the school projects and activities. Those children pay your salary. You need to act towards them." "I am sorry, it won't happen again." "No, it won't, because you are fired." "What?" "You should hand over your books to the senior teacher and see the account for the money you have worked for this far." "You can't be serious." "I am." I am sorry. This is not the first time a parent has come to report you against your attitude. But. No buts, just leave. Fine, I will leave, I yell, catching her by surprise. Excuse me. It's not like I was even enjoying myself here, I was just doing it for the money. I click my tongue and walk out of her office, slamming the door hard behind my back. Ella B.